So we moved to Redding in 1993 from Southern California, and the kids were little at that time, so they basically grew up here, and it's been a really great place to raise kids. I met Chris and Maria. They came out and consulted with me. They were super patient because I didn't really know at first what I wanted to do. They were really helpful, informative, patient. I never felt pressured at all.
I met Chris and Maria after we had a couple failed attempts at selling our first home. So after that, we took our house off the market. We interviewed 3 different realtors, and one of them was Chris and Maria. So we had to sell our first house in order to get the money to be able to get a construction loan to build this house. So it was really important when we were selling our house that we got the most money that we could. We got our full asking price within, I think, a week of listing it. I think it was just because Chris and Maria knew exactly where it needed to be in that market for it to sell. Working with Chris and Maria was amazing. In the past, we haven't had the greatest experience with realtors, and working with them was night and day from our past experiences. They are quick to answer questions, they're always available, and I felt like Chris and Maria just really are experts in what they do. So there were no hiccups, no issues, and they just really communicated with us all along the way.
Yeah, I felt like they were really engaged. Like, I think in a lot of cases, a real estate agent will engage with you pretty heavily when they're trying to get your listing, and then not so much after that, but it was because of the personal touch that they give that it went so well. And I also sold my house in 6 days for $15,000 over asking.
So Mom had lived in her house for what, 15 years or something like that? Yeah. There was some deferred maintenance on that house, and I think that was one of the most overwhelming things when she went to list it. And they basically went through the list and said, don't worry about this, don't worry about that, focus on these specific things, really narrowed down the list and saved you money.
The reason why I think that choosing Chris and Maria over another realtor would be a really good choice is one of their strong suits is really being able to provide information and be a resource. And I don't know if that's true with all realtors.
I always recommend Chris and Maria because we've experienced what it's like to work with other realtors. You want somebody on your side that's going to be an advocate for you. I don't think there's any other realtor that could provide as good of service as Chris and Maria do, and just the, like I said, communication and attention to detail.
You know, that wasn't my first time selling a house. I mean, I've done that several times. So it for sure helps to have somebody who's gonna, you know, when those things come up or when you have questions or whatever, that you're going to be able to pick up the phone and talk to someone and just ask and get a feel for, you know, what to do. And so they're really good about all of that stuff.